I'm Michaela Strachan, wildlife and television presenter. Now, before you press that skip button, stick around. Enjoy the scenery as I take you around South Africa, the beautiful country that I've called my home for the last 20 years. For this trip, I'm traveling along the Garden Route, which is a stunning 300-kilometer coastal drive running along the southeast coast of South Africa, and it stretches from Storms River to Mossel Bay, where you'll find fabulous sandy beaches like this, as well as lakes and lagoons and forests. In fact, there's something for everyone. But what I'm looking out for is a bit of adventure. But before I head off on the Garden Route, I'm starting my trip in Port Elizabeth, which has recently been renamed Gqeberha, because I wanted to check this place out, Werk.
These sorts of creative spaces are becoming popular in South Africa. A shared artistic workspace where you can find local designers, entrepreneurs, artists, cafes, bars and breweries. They have a fun and social atmosphere that's popular with locals as well as tourists.
Time for a bit of craft beer tasting. Ooh. This is certainly a cool place to start your holiday and gets you in a real holiday vibe. Just one little tip, don't drive after. Cheers. This is Jeffreys Bay, and if you're a surfer, then you are definitely going to want to stop here. The waves are pretty mild today, but on a good day, Jeffreys Bay can give surfers what's known as the perfect wave. And people come from all over the world to ride the waves here, and they host plenty of surfing championships. And along with the nearby St. Francis Bay, which was actually the location for the very famous surfing film in the 1960s, Endless Summer, this area gives surfers world-class surfing. Storms River runs right through this absolutely beautiful national park, which is called Tsitsikamma, and it really is a fabulous place to come if you're into adventure. You could go for amazing hikes, including the very well-known Otter Trail. You can kayak, you could do all sorts of things in this national park. So I think I'm gonna have to get in the water. Time for a bit of kayaking. Now, I love kayaking, and I often try and find a bit of kayaking when I go on holiday, but I don't think I've ever kayaked anywhere quite so stunning before. I mean, look at this.
There are loads of other adventure activities: canopy tours, biking, blackwater rafting, tubing, kloofing, and bungee jumping.
If you fancy a bit of fun in the forest, how about this? Segway tour! But the real star of the show here is this, the natural beauty. The Garden Route may be a place to come if you're seeking out some fun and adventure, but there's also plenty of opportunities for a bit of R&R, rest and relaxation, and come on, I can recommend this. A sail on a catamaran out at the Knysna waterfronts as we sail past the Knysna Heads, which are these incredibly impressive sandstone headlands that flank the estuary. Cheers.
If you're doing the Garden Route, then Knysna and Plettenberg are a must. Knysna for its marine front, Plettenberg for its amazing beaches, and both for their marine life and stunning landscapes.
And local hospitality. I'll tell you, you're not going to leave the Garden Route hungry. There's an amazing choice of restaurants with delicious food, fabulous wine, and some, like this one, spectacular views.
My next stop is Oudtshoorn. But before I leave the coast behind me, I need one final breath of the sea air at Brenton-on-Sea and its amazing sandy beach.
Now, most people go on safari in South Africa to see the Big Five, but I'm on a mission to see something a bit different because I am on a meerkat safari. It's amazing to be able to just sit here and watch the behaviour, particularly of the little babies, because this is usually an animal that is incredibly skittish. Look at that. That beautiful bird is a juvenile pale chanting goshawk, and that's exactly the sort of bird of prey those meerkats need to look out for. Well, that was definitely worth getting up early for.
From cute to dramatic, and you don't get more epic than Swartberg Pass.
Well, that's a view. When you're up here, you just feel like you're on top of the world.
What goes up must come down. But there's another option. I'm going in.
These are the Kango Caves. They date back 20 million years and they're absolutely incredible. The rock formations are fascinating. Now, this is called a flowstone, but they've given it the nickname of the organ pipes, and you can certainly see why. This is the second chamber, and just look at it. It is mind-bogglingly beautiful. As a tourist, you get to see both chambers, but if you want to go further into the caves, then you need to book the adventure tour. But just be warned, you need to like tight spaces. I absolutely love these caves. Great place for a concert because the acoustics are incredible. So I'll give you a little rendition of the South African national anthem. Nkosi Sikeleli Afrika.
And the singing was before I'd done this wine tasting.
South Africa is famous for its fabulous wines, and no trip to the garden route would be complete without a visit to a vineyard and a bit of wine tasting. So I've come to a family-run vineyard called Karusa, which is just outside Oudtshoorn. And Karusa in Khoisan means land with little water. They may have little water, but they've certainly got plenty of good wines. Which one shall I go for first? Aloe Ridge. Now this is a Chardonnay, my favourite Chardonnay. So if you're looking for a stunning adventure, then check out the garden route. From beaches to surfing to sailing to meerkats to wine tasting to spectacular landscapes, it all awaits the intrepid traveller. Although to be honest, you don't need to be that intrepid at all.